Why is happiness not so easy? Why happiness is a topic of study everywhere in the world? Because we are not programmed for happiness. We are programmed for survival. And just being aware of this fact about this inner wiring towards survival makes us much more willing to do this inner work to help ourselves recalibrate our mindset and shine bright like diamonds. While this survival instinct has been super useful and crucial to our evolution as a species, it comes with a trade-off. As anything like good in life, there is a price to pay. The price to pay is that our brain is naturally attuned to react, detect risks, dangers, and be more cautious in general. And this bias make us dismiss moments of joy, contentment, and fulfillment in our lives. We tend to see more the negatives rather than the positive. In this video, I'm gonna share with you 5 different techniques, and really simple techniques, I have to say, nothing fancy, everyone can implement those. I'm sure you're gonna start shifting your focus to the good, to the positive, to the small joys in your life. Let's see these 5 techniques. Keeping a gratitude journal. I'm sure you've heard about this one because it is all over the internet, wellness or well-being practices. But I wanted to give you my particular opinion on this. You don't really need a gratitude journal or any specific journal with bullet points. You don't need anything in particular, just any piece of paper, your notes app on your phone, or an agenda or a notebook that you already have. This is an exercise to train your brain, to train your mind to see the small joys during your day. So actually the ritual is to take away from your day, let's say 5 minutes, and reflect on 3 to 5 things that made you happy, made you smile, or made you grateful during the day. It could be any time of the day. I personally like the nighttime before going to sleep because it makes me worry-free and ready for sleeping, but you can do it first thing in the morning as well. And these 3 to 5 things are small joys. They don't need to be big. They could be as small as a stranger opened for me the door and smiled to me while I was carrying some bags from the grocery store. Or I made something really tasty for dinner following a recipe that I haven't done before. Even smallest things like it's been raining all week and today is sunny, so I went for a walk and catch up with a friend over a coffee. So these little things that made our day, put it in the list. Let me know in the comments if you practice this for at least a month and see if you change a little bit this focus. It's not gonna be a miracle here, but you will start noticing some changes, I'm sure. To-do and done lists. This is for the to-do list fans like myself. I love creating endless to-do lists with a lot of bullet points, items, and I find true satisfaction when crossing items out of these to-do lists. But let me tell you something, in all honesty, sometimes having endless to-do lists of items, tasks to do during the day, these bullet points, infinite ones, may leave you overwhelmed or may leave you feeling that you haven't done enough for the day. So this feeling can be helped with the done list, which is a list you create at the end of the day. I don't know where or when I heard about this ritual, whether it was a YouTube video or a book in the past, but I really find it a nice idea to help yourself feeling much more fulfilled, much more content, and not feeling like you should have done more, even though, you know, this is challenging the idea to be productive. So actually, it's kind of tricking your mind that you've done things. But also, it's true, the small things count. So you should reflect those. So this done list is a ritual that you should do at the end of the day, pointing out which things you've progressed, you've completed during the day, even the smallest things like I've been wanting to declutter my bathroom for a long time, the items that don't serve me anymore, and I did that today, so put it in the list. I've been wanting to call my grandma for a catch-up for ages, and I just did that today, so put it in the list. Everything in this list, not only the big things that you tell other people. For example, after you research all the trip, then you book it and you say it. No, the research is work as well. Another great one for the visual learners like me is visualizing positive affirmation, not just repeating them in front of the mirror or listening to them. The ritual here is to write a positive affirmation about yourself or positive things about yourself that you feel when you are confident, when you are content with yourself and proud with yourself. to help you out on moments when you are not. Our brains actually capture things subconsciously, so we don't notice that we are being influenced by all the environment around us. So even though we don't notice, we should help ourselves in the process. So actually putting things on the wall, like post-its maybe, or writing stuff in the first page of your notebook, like using a visual board as well to keep you focused. Somewhere where you can see them, not a place you need to look for them. A place that is visible and you can easily spot them on a bad day. For example, these post-its with positive affirmations about yourself can help you out and get you out of this bad spiral of negative thoughts about yourself by boosting your confidence and reminding you that you were the one who wrote those post-its in the first place. So actually, let me tell you something. If you were the one writing these post-its in the first place, maybe you are being over dramatic right now, or maybe you are being a little bit negative about yourself right now, because there are other moments in which you feel much more confident and much more focused and much more positive about yourself because you wrote this on a day you were feeling this way. So actually, post-its, when you are in a low moment, can give you greater perspective of who you are as a whole, not only in that low moment. You need to realize that maturity is realizing that you shouldn't be trusting 100% yourself when you feel really anxious or really depressed, because the first thing to do to gain clarity of thought and clarity of mind is to regulate yourself a bit. So another great technique would be start adding rituals to your daily life that bring you happiness, just for the joy or the pleasure feeling that you feel when doing those rituals. Those would be feeding the sensation that you're doing something for yourself and just for yourself. So this is a form of self-care. So for example, something as simple as 20 minutes of reading time before going to bed because you really enjoy this book. It's kind of a self-care activity for yourself, and this will bring so much happiness to your day. And for example, in a monthly scale, scheduling an appointment to get your nails done or to get your hair done at the hairdresser is something that makes you really happy. Could be a self-care activity for you that you do it monthly. So go for it. Schedule that if necessary. So adding these rituals in your daily, weekly, monthly life could be so much beneficial for yourself. Another great example would be these morning routines or morning rituals that you can see all over the internet. But as I'm not really a morning person, I don't necessarily relate to them often. I do prefer a good evening or night routine or ritual before going to bed. The type of self-care activity and the time you do it does depend on your preferences, your lifestyle. And the last one, audit your life. Audit your consumption of books, TV shows, social media accounts you follow, people you're hanging out with, any music you're listening to really often right now. I cannot stress enough how impactful this is for our happiness, in our lives in general. And yes, this is super important. So if you are listening to depressing music all the time, or you are watching horrible news 24/7, how those are gonna make you feel? They're gonna make you feel depressed. And yes, even though it's really good, it's super good to be informed, you need to know when it's time to shift your focus, uplift your mood, and not get consumed by those things. So you need to realize when it's the time to shift your mindset. And also, when it comes to your social life, auditing your friendships, yeah, it's true, some friends can be through a hard time and we need to be there to support them, but we need to put boundaries as well. So you've been really low these days because also you're hanging out with some friends that are being really critical, judgmental towards you, so you may audit whether those friendships are worth being in your life or not. In general, we are really affected by our environment, so it's really good to have like a checkpoint to which things we are consuming, which social media accounts we follow that leave us feeling not enough or leave us feeling like anxious. So it's really good to reflect and kind of regulate ourselves and realize when we need to change this focus. So yes, as you may have seen, keeping a balanced, positive and abundance mindset is work. And it's not normally a given. It wasn't definitely for myself. However, I truly believe this is a conscious decision you need to make every day to keep practicing these rituals, to keep focusing on the good. Thank you for getting here. I hope you liked the video. I hope you found it useful. If you like it, click the like button below or comment below. I'll be really grateful. And if you like these mindset videos, please do subscribe, because I created videos about overcoming the fear of being judged, about what is procrastination, what is really procrastination, what are the myths about it, how to overcome it. So I'm gonna give you a couple of links on the description below so you can binge watch it. See you in my next video. Bye bye!